Hello, welcome to Jason the Old Millennial. My name is Jason, speaking to you here in my basement in the great state of Kansas. Doing another 5-minute review. This time I'm reviewing the movie Help, another Beatles film. I did Hard Day's Night, the last movie I reviewed. Adam from What the Gym suggested I should review this one probably next. Makes sense. This is their second movie after Help. This came out in 1965. Of course, they have an album that came out as well in the UK and the US as kind of a soundtrack album to this as well. They come back again. This is a little bit different than the first movie. The first movie, they were just kind of playing themselves, going to a concert. Here, they're basically playing themselves again, but we have more of a adventure movie. I'm trying to get the movie out. A little more of an adventure movie. It's a little bit of a strange plot overall. Show you some of the insides here. Basically, there's a cult, and they're going to sacrifice a woman with a and she has a ring on her finger, a red ring, the sacrificial ring. And she does not have the ring on, and they find out that she gave it to Ringo. So Ringo now has the sacrificial ring. So they now have to go find Ringo and either get the ring off, or eventually they decide just to kill Ringo, and he's going to be the sacrifice to their cult god, basically. Yeah, so very strange plot to get the whole movie going. And so they're on the run. They go to Austria. There's a great scene of them skiing in Austria to the song Ticket to Ride. Is one of the best scenes in the movie. They go to the Bahamas as well, and you get a great sequence of another girl, I believe, as they're on the beach there in the Bahamas. So it was kind of an excuse for the Beatles to just travel, because they said, what do you want to do for the second movie? And they just said, we've never been to Austria. Let's go to Austria. We've never been to Bahamas. Let's go to the Bahamas. So that was their whole idea. The Beatles themselves didn't really care too much about the movie and everything. They just wanted to smoke pot, I think. and so they had a hard time memorizing the lines, and you can kind of tell in their scenes they were having a tough time. Obviously, the Beatles aren't actors. They're just being kind of silly. They do have a lot of character actors in the movie that I think helped carry the movie, because the Beatles really couldn't at this point. Though I think they do spend too much time on the character actors, especially the villain has a lot of screen time, and I think it kind of slows the film down a bit. And sometimes, because I still just want to see the Beatles. I mean, you watch this just to see the Beatles either be kind of silly or play their music, of course. Which is really amazing. Richard Lester comes back. I didn't mention this in the other one. Richard Lester directed Hard Day's Night, and he also comes back and directs this movie as well. And it is in color. The first movie is in black and white, but it's kind of cool to get this one in color. There's some really cool locations as well. It is super silly. I can't sugarcoat it. It is a pretty terrible movie in the sense that the screenplay is pretty terrible. The acting, the gags don't always work. It felt like they're trying to improvise, and some of it is a little cringy. Some of it's like, that joke didn't work so well. There's a couple moments though where the jokes do land every once in a while. I think my favorite part is towards the beginning, they go to their apartments, and looks like they have 4 different apartments. They open the door and go in, and you turn out that they all live in the same apartment. It just looks like 4 different apartments, and each side, kind of their bedroom, has a different style to it, which is pretty wacky, but actually pretty funny at times. I love the whole apartment, the whole design of that. It's actually pretty funny as well. There's also a funny bit where they go, they say, all right, end of Act 1, like intermission, and then Act 2, and then they have like a short scene, and then they go, all right, end of Act 2. The Act 2 only lasted like 20 seconds, and then all right, intermission, Act 3. Like that was actually, and there was a bit where where the Beatles are just jumping around, acting silly, and that's the whole scene, and they go back to there's some stuff like that I'm like, okay, this definitely has some funny ideas, but for the most part, it is a really stupid movie. But you do get songs like Help, really great. You're gonna lose that girl. Like I said, Ticket to Ride's amazing. You're gonna lose. Sorry, I can't think. You gotta hide that love away. Amazing song in the movie as well. And Another Girl. Anyway, so it's worth, if you're a Beatles fan, to watch just for the music, just to see the Beatles on screen. I still give it like 2.5 stars because it is pretty stupid but enjoyable.